In this video, I'll show you guys how I managed to run 25 Faceless channels. Now, I've been building Faceless YouTube channels for around about 5 years now. I've been on YouTube for 11 years now. First, scaled my personal brand to 100,000 subscribers, sold it, and then went all in into Faceless YouTube channels, made hundreds of thousands of dollars with it. And obviously, over that time, I've built multiple channels. And in this video, like I said, I'll show you exactly how I manage that and how you can do that too, right? Now, just very quickly, this video is going to be uncut. So if your attention span is like this, just leave this video and never come back to my channel. But let me show you guys. All right. So the first thing many people always ask me is, how do you do it with the accounts? Because you cannot just go ahead and create like 1 million accounts with one device, right? How do you do that? So there are multiple different options and routes you can go with the accounts. So firstly, you can either go ahead and buy pre-monetized channels or pre-monetized accounts. That is something you can do. Would I recommend it? Probably not, especially not for beginners. So pre-monetized channels, I would probably not recommend. Then we have, for example, here, aged accounts. So these are accounts that are just very old, which you can actually buy on these two platforms here or on these two websites. So here, either this website or also on this one. And then there are also other websites, for example, monetized profiles, where you can also buy aged accounts. Yes, so you can either, do pre-monetized, you can do aged. And then there's obviously the next one where you just create a brand new YouTube channel, right? Those are actually the best ones at the current moment. Now, the big question many people have is, how many accounts do you actually, or how many different YouTube channels do you actually run under one email? And I would always highly recommend that you only run one account per email, all right? Now, the image you saw in the beginning of the video where all of these accounts are under one email, we often or very often have it that we have one email, right, where we have manager access to all of the accounts, just so it's a bit easier. Is it a bit risky? Yes, it is still a bit risky, because if one account gets banned, they could link all of those accounts together, right? So in the end of the day, we're just trying to protect ourselves of accounts getting banned. So I would highly recommend you to have one email per YouTube channel you have, just to be as safe as possible. You can also go ahead and have two, accounts per, or two YouTube channels per Gmail account, all right? Then the next big question we have for the accounts, how do I actually do it with AdSense accounts, right? I hope I even spell it right. But how do we do it with AdSense, right? What we do is, or what you can do is, you can set up an LLC in the US. So an LLC in the US for quite cheap. It's really not that expensive, where you can then set up like AdSense accounts, right? So per LLC, you can set up one single AdSense account. Now, I'd always recommend to go ahead and like that every single YouTube channel has its own AdSense account. I wouldn't link all of the channels to one AdSense account. Trust me, I've had to learn the hard way already. And if you do all of these things, then you're kind of good, like set up pretty well. And at the end of this video, I'll show you guys some more steps how you can be even safer. So make sure to keep on watching. So this is basically what we do with our accounts. Then many people would ask me like, hey, but how do you even run the team? So let me show you guys our team structure, which is also very simple to how we run it. So let me show you guys. So at the top, like we're posting, if you have 25 channels, not all channels are profitable. Some we're just testing, some are already very profitable. How exactly do you even manage all of that? So it's very simple. So it almost works like a pyramid. So I'm at the top. So this is me. Then under me, because I don't want to speak to the editors the whole day, under me, we then have managers, right, who actually manage all of the editors. And also they like have a look at that the videos get uploaded, they make sure the video quality is good, all of those things. All right. Now you guys might think, how much should I actually pay the managers? So it's very simple. So very often they get a base salary, right? And then on top of that, they get a 5% of the channel profit. All right. Now I just have to move this actually down a bit more like that. So now, under these managers, how many editors does each manager have? So we have around, let's say like this. So each manager has around 3 editors. Now, if we're scaling, it's obviously a bit of a different story. Then every manager will have more editors, but each manager has 3 editors, right? Now, many people would ask me, is this 5% even worth it? 100%. You know why? Because when you're dealing with so many different editors, all of these editors will have questions the whole day, right? Now, back in the days, all of the questions went to me the whole time. But what happens now is very simple. All of the questions go to the managers first, and they pass on the question to me if they cannot answer it. Now, like, to add to the managers, what we also have, and this is someone who just looks over all of the content as well, is a head of content, right? This is a head of content. He simply like gets a little percentage per video we actually create, all right? And he double checks every single video and helps the editors out if they need to learn new things, if they need to, increase the video quality, if they have questions like specifically for Premiere Pro. He helps out the editors, right? So this guy gets like $1 or $2 per video we create, depending on how many we actually do. If we do like a lot, then he only gets $1 per video. Might sound insane, but we're doing so many videos every single month that he actually does make a quite good amount of money, right? Especially for the work he does, because we don't require him every single day. All right. So this is basically how the team structure looks like for the channels that are already running, that are already, profitable, all of that stuff. But then we also have a different kind of team where we only have one manager, right? And this is the team we often use for testing new channels, right? Under here, we have 5 different video editors. Now, this team isn't always active, right? So these editors here don't always have work, but when we're testing channels, this is the team that actually handles the testing. Now here, we only very, on very specific times, we need the head of content, because when we're testing niches, it's often just very, basic videos just to put our foot into the water and just to see like, hey, would it even be worth it to go into this niche or not? Is this niche even good? And that's where we use this team. This guy again gets 5%, right, of these channels in the begin, and then later on we move it over to here once we see the channel is doing well. All right. Now this guy here is actually a manager who very often jumps into on this side as well. I hope I don't explain this in a very confused way. Hope all of you guys understand what I mean when I explain all of this. But this is basically how we work with our team. Now, you guys might be asking us like, hey, what platform do you even structure everything? How do you do all of that? So I personally and the managers, we use Sheets or Google Sheets, right? Just because it's the easiest for us and we can track it very easily. This is how many videos we did this month. This is how many videos we did that month. So we can track it very easily. So we can make sure that everyone always gets paid the fair amount and the right amount. All right. So that's how we do it. Now, some other information that might be interesting for you is that if you create so many channels, right? Many people ask me, or many people tell me my IP got banned. My IP got banned. Now YouTube will never let me post any videos and stuff like that. I can tell you that in 99.9% of cases, it's not your IP. All right. It's in most cases, it's either you have a bad niche, you have bad video topics. It's something like that in most cases. An IP on YouTube doesn't just get banned like that very easily. You will have to do a lot of things wrong for your IP to get banned or for your IP to, So what we do is, yes, obviously we tap into more risky niches as well. And I got a lot of channels banned over the last few years and my IP is still completely fine, right? So what I would recommend you to do is to first, to keep your channels and everything even more safe, to use different browsers. Whoops. Like that. Then you can also use different Chrome profiles. Like this. And then what I also do is to, spread it out even more, is I actually use different devices to create the emails and the Gmails and all of these things, all right? And then I also store some of the channels on a different device, like for example, on the laptop, right? Just as an example. And I'm actually about to get another laptop just because I'm storing everything in a different place. But I hope this helps. For me, I've never had any problems with IP. And that's why I can't really tell you too much about it. This is how I do it, and it has been working really, really well for me. So yes, let me know if you guys have any questions, like even if it's for the LLC, for anything, just let me know and I'll create a video for that for you guys, and then I'll see you guys in the next video again. And yeah, let me know, as I said, let me know in the comments what exactly you want to see on this channel, and we'll do videos to that, and then I'll see you guys in the next video.